welcome to Mccrackins Corner. Mccracken on location with our guest today, Dave Mikulskis.
Between 1995 and 2001, when I was in my musical theater hiatus, I had received phone calls from a few bands to inquire if I was ready to come back to be their singer, and I always declined. Virgil had called me a few times. Finally, in 2001, I said, maybe. And I went down and I auditioned, and then they made me audition a second time. Didn't get it on the first audition.
Really?
Yeah. So I came down the second time and ended up doing my first show with High Infidelity.
And that was what, 2001?
2001. February, yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be 18 years coming up here in February.
So yeah, 18 years. That's a pretty decent stretch. And they started in the 90s, and were they doing all Journey at that time too?
No, they did REO and the Black Crowes up until I'm not sure when, but they had different singers over the years, and then they, like everybody else, stopped doing the straight tribute and started to diversify, covering multiple bands. Especially now because of the short attention span that people have. That there are bands that are good as straight tributes, and then there's others that you need to sort of go with the era.
2001, you started working with High Infidelity. You tried out twice. They decided you were a perfect fit, and you started playing what type of music at that time?
Started doing a lot more Journey than they had been doing. I can only assume it was because of the range that I have as a vocalist lent itself to being more of a Journey REO band. We did Triumph in Boston, so we kind of opened it up from there. And then as the years went on, maybe we could add even a new wrinkle and add some current music to that mix. You know, you never want to offend your core audience. Your core group of people that come out to see you are there to see Journey, if you're a Journey band. You want them to keep coming back, but at the same time you do want to sort of mix in and maybe diversify and attract a different demographic or a different genre of people to come out and see you that can enjoy both. I mean, we used to play in the drummer that was in the band back when I was a teenager. We used to play in his garage, and when we wanted an audience, we would just open the garage, and most of the time the police would.
Nice. There's your audience.
Right, right. Sorry, guys.
So High Infidelity is what?
It's an REO Speedwagon album, but it was a big album back in 1980. So they named the band after that. So
at this point now we're in 2010 or somewhere in that area.
So 2010, yeah, sure. 2010, we'll go there.
Are we too far? Am I moving too far?
No, I think that from 2001 to 2010, it was pretty standard. We would add different songs from the same bands that we would play. Occasionally do a country song. Occasionally do a song that was newer that came out at the time we started. We added some Daughtry back in 2006, and in 2010. We made a change to get Tyler Holcomb and Guy Dominic in the band, and that's currently the lineup with Jim Warren, drummer, and I.
Because I see you guys like twice a year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Bobby Skumach, he came on in 2005. So since Tyler came from he was in Hairbangers Ball, so we do a few more hair.
You guys mix it up a little bit, which is kind of nice. It's kind of refreshing.
Right. So then he sings 6, 7, 8 songs a show, depending on how the length of the set. That kind of gives me a break, and then I get to play guitar while he's singing, and then.
So now, what do you play? What do you play? You play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
You play the keyboards.
Right.
Anything else?
No.
You got away from the horns?
I gave up the clarinet probably in 7th grade, and I ended up playing drums.
Okay.
Because it was cooler.
And what happened with the drums?
As a matter of fact, so it was percussion really. You know, he had a bass drum and a snare drum, but I like to play the bells, the xylophone, with mallets.
Oh, okay.
So it's more like a keyboard.
Okay.
You know, you play the notes on it. So I learned how to play that, but no, nothing else.
So your main instruments are the keyboard and the electric guitar, acoustic guitar, or
Both. Yeah.
Both. Okay.
Neither
You're comfortable playing both?
Yeah, I'm comfortable playing both. Yeah. I mean, for standard stuff, I don't play solos. I just never learned.
What's your favorite song you like to play in or sing in High Fidelity?
My favorite song, and I try not to put it in the set because I don't want to get sick of it, is "More Than a Feeling" by Boston.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
So I love to sing it always, but I don't. It's not in the set every night. Only I want to get tired of it.
And then what about originals that you've written and sung yourself? Have you put any of those in your show?
Not lately. We've been talking about putting together because the other guys in the band have also written songs together. Bobby and I have written songs together. Tyler's written songs with Guy. Guy's written songs with Tyler. They've written songs apart.
And have you guys actually played them together?
We actually did. So there was a few years back, maybe 2009 or no, it was 2010 or 11 when they had the Open for Bon Jovi contest. We had to audition and play 6 original songs. So we picked three of the songs that I had written and 3 of the songs that Tyler had written, and we learned them. We needed a half an hour. We played those 6 songs.
Now, were the songs some rock or just good feeling songs? Or
Yeah, they were mostly rock.
Mostly rock, okay.
pop, rock.
Rock, pop,
Yeah.
okay.
And we had a lot of fun doing it. It was a great experience for us. We didn't obviously open for Bon Jovi, but we had a lot of fun doing that. But we haven't played any originals in the band since then.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd probably be refreshing to throw one in there.
Well, it would be. I mean, we always talk about it, just like which one.
So you guys are planning on doing that?
Yes.
Look forward to it. It's going to come.
We're planning on it. Not easy for us to find the time.
What's a favorite venue that you've played at?
Joe's Live in Rosemont.
Joe's Live?
It's a great venue, but it's set up so well. It's a great stage. The lights are great. The PA is great. The sight lines when you're on the stage and the people out. I mean, from our vantage point, it looks great. And I've been in the crowd watching other bands, and it looks so nice.
When you guys play festivals in the summertime outside, the sound is it better inside or outside in your opinion? Or?
I think it's better inside because it's more close. It's contained. When you're outside, you have a vast area to cover, and it's not easy to cover it with a regular, PA. Some festivals do it really well, where they fly the PA and they bring in a lot of power and make it a real concert experience. Our band has a different feel for playing festivals than we do playing in the bars. I've always said that come April and May, I'm tired of being in the bars. I want to be outside because it's a different animal. There's more people usually at a festival, and it's just it's I don't know if it's more inviting. It's just being out in the fresh air is always great. And then by the time August comes rolling around, I can't wait to get back into the bars.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's just one of those things. It's cyclical like anything else.
Yeah. Do you do any solo acoustic at all?
I do.
You do?
I did some December of 2015, and then the following 4 months of acoustic shows, and I'll play piano and guitar at those. So I'm hoping December and then through the spring, I'll probably do 3, maybe 4 solo shows.
And what kind of music do you play in those?
Completely different.
What is it? Just curious.
A little John Denver,
Okay.
some Beatles, some Eagles. Truth be told, I will probably do some Journey stuff that I can play the piano. Richard Marx, a little Elton John, Eric Carmen.
No. I want to go see that.
Right. I enjoy those shows immensely. Not because it's just me, but just because it's personal.
But you guys put a fantastic show on. I mean, like I said, I see it a couple times a year. Every time I come, I'm not disappointed.
Well,
you got a lot of high energy, and it's constant throughout the whole show.
Right. Thank you. Well, we want to entertain, and we want to be entertained on ourselves as well. We want to be able to have fun. It's got to be fun. If it's not fun, then we're not going to do it.
So you have a website too, High Fidelity. Is it .com? Or
yeah, highinfidelity.com, hinfidelity.com.
Now I saw on that website you have like a fan page, and then you have a list of a lot of songs. Like on the left side, it shows all Journey, and on the other side, it shows a whole bunch of different artists. Do you ever play just the right side at a show, or do you always throw Journey?
Interesting. We always talk about what can we do differently. So we actually did a Bon Journey show, Bon Jovi Journey, only at Joe's back in June or July. So only Journey, only Bon Jovi, split and we did it chronologically.
Oh, okay.
So that was interesting. We have one coming up where we're going to do a Bon Jovi Def Leppard show.
Now, does the public know this? Or?
Right now on our Facebook page, every day people get to vote on a Jovi or a Def Leppard song to see which ones we're going to play in our show for Bon Jovi Def Leppard, which is in December.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So everybody's getting a chance to vote. Vote. People can vote on the songs that every day it's a different song. So at the end, the ones that have the most votes are going to be the ones that we play in the Bon Jovi Def Leppard show. But I do think that festivals are having younger bands early in the day. Take that opportunity as often as possible to just go out and play. Get out there and play.
Well, you heard it from Dave. It's Mccrackins Corner. Dave, thanks for coming in. I appreciate the interview.
Ed, thank you. Nice to meet you.
This is Dave from High Fidelity. Go see them. Mccrackin' out.